Thanks for joining this video, Reducing Frustration, in the Supporting Your Child's Speech video series. My name's Rochelle, and I'm an Alberta Health Services pediatric speech-language pathologist, also called a speech therapist. In this video, we're going to talk about how to reduce frustration.
I wanna go to the park.
Huh?
I wanna go to the park.
What?
I wanna go to the park.
I don't know what you're saying.
Sometimes, when you cannot understand your child's speech, it's frustrating for both you and your child. So here are 5 tips you can try to reduce frustration. First, if you didn't understand anything your child said, ask for a repetition. Like, can you tell me that again? When you ask your child to repeat, don't ask them to slow down or ask them to correct themselves. Doing this can interfere with the conversation and make your child discouraged. On the other hand, if you did understand some of your child's message, but not all of it, you can ask a simple question. Simple questions are questions that only require a gesture or a one-word answer. Sometimes it may be easier to understand a single word or gesture. Simple questions include yes/no questions, like, do you want to go to the park? They allow your child to answer with one word. They can even nod or shake their head. You can also try a choice question. For example, do you want to go to the park or the pool? If you give your child 2 simple options, they can answer with one word. A simple question like what, who, or where can also work. For example, where do you want to go? When you are going to ask a simple question, you can also start by repeating back what you've understood. Like, you want to go where? Remember, simple questions include yes/no questions, choice questions, and what, who, and where questions. The third thing to try is to ask them to show you. Encourage your child to point, bring something to you, or lead you somewhere. Sometimes they will even act out what they need. The fourth thing you can try is to ask others for help. Sometimes other caregivers, peers, or siblings have an easier time understanding your child's speech. It's okay to ask others to help you understand your child. If you do this, make sure the helper allows your child to continue to talk and share what they're trying to say. The fifth tip is to be honest and patient. Anyone who has been in a situation where they aren't understood knows that it doesn't feel good. You might be tempted to pretend you understand what your child has said. This is not helpful. Your child's message will be lost, and it might lead to more confusion and frustration. Instead, encourage your child to express themselves and feel safe. Focus on what your child is saying and not how they are saying it. If you are having a moment when it's particularly difficult to understand your child, be honest. Tell them you don't understand, but what they are saying is important. You'll do your best to figure it out, or you'll come back to it later. Try these strategies and find the ones that work best for you and your child. If others are having difficulty understanding your child, share what helps you to understand them. Encourage others to try these strategies too. If your child is having difficulty being understood, or frustration is becoming more of a concern, then contact a healthcare provider or speech therapist. Find out how by following the links at the end of this video or by looking in the video description. Thanks for watching this video series. We hope that you've learned some strategies to help support your child's speech.
Find information, support, and services for you and your child by clicking on the link in the description.